What's going on, everybody? I'm Blitz5 with my buddy Cypher5. What's going on, Andrew?
Hello. Hello.
And we are recording episode number 38 of the Final Circle podcast. We're back to talk about PUBG, the news about the Xbox Series X, and any other video game related stuff or life stuff that we get into today. We were just chatting a lot before we turned the podcast on, but now we're here.
Yeah.
And I don't know. What do you want to start with? Do you want to start with the Choco Taco stuff?
I guess we'll just do that. Get it out of the way.
Yeah, makes sense.
I mean, we all know, or most of us know, that Choco Taco tweeted on, I guess, February 22nd, so it's Saturday, about not playing PUBG for a while. Gonna take a break.
Yeah, he said you were just reading the tweet. Do you have it up still? Because I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, I have it actually. So Choco Taco starts out saying, "PUBG's a mess. New patch brought a handful of new bugs as usual. A lot of people still can't play the game with constant packet loss or stuttering. Server location keeps changing with no communication. New features don't even work. Not having fun. Decided to on customs early. Jesus, this does not read well. And to all my customs game presets don't work again. Loads of issues never get addressed. It's hard to enjoy a game. A lot of the time, whenever the COD BR launches, I will be taking a break from PUBG. Jesus, this goes on. It sucks to see this awesome changes of throwables in addition to TDM be completely overshadowed by so many other issues. Returning players are coming back to a same buggy mess, and then they leave again. Also had to delete my original tweet because of a mistake, and now the new one has a typo. I'm so bad."
That's funny. I saw that.
He's like a dad.
Yeah, I mean, you were saying it before we started the podcast that he's just such a good dude, and I've been watching him a little bit more now because you told me like you enjoy watching him, and first of all, he's such a beast. Watching him play, it's just so savage.
Yeah, and he's just like so nice. He's like, "Hello."
Yeah, very casual, man. I mean, I like that. Very chill. Like, I like that vibe, and
he's got like
he's just a good
elevator music. Yeah,
yeah,
he's really good.
He's definitely a beast. I mean, he's definitely. I mean, part of this tweet and a lot of people like just kind of tweeting like negatively about PUBG made me tweet about it too, trying to defend it. But like this, I mean, it's a very accurate tweet though. I mean, there's really not much you can say against it.
He's not like bashing it. He just
I think that's an appropriate. Yeah, I think that's like an appropriate way. I mean, anyone can say whatever they want to say. You can go to Twitter and say the meanest thing you want, but I think that's like a very appropriate way as like a big player of the game and almost like semi spokesperson of the game. To go about it, because it is super disappointing. Like, PUBG is awesome. I'm having a ton of fun playing. I know you said you've like been playing a little less. I love playing the game. It's so much fun. The glider, spike traps. Like,
I love the glider. It's so funny.
Yeah, and now that I've been playing the game for a while and I'm like pretty good at it, like I enjoy. I make mistakes and sometimes I'm terrible, but like now that my skills overall are just better, like I like doing fun things like driving the car and switching seats and then shooting people out of the car, and like pulling Choco Taco moves, like sending it in a vehicle and trying to kill people and. Do stuff that you see like those high level streamers do. But yeah, I mean, to think about it, like to add all this stuff to say like, hey, check out our new glider plane, and then like say you haven't played PUBG in 6 months or a year, and then to come back and constantly crash or have all these issues, like that's not how you're gonna get people to come back to the game. So he's definitely right about that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think like he went about it. There's like other tweets that were just like kind of stupid in my opinion, but we won't go into those because Choco Taco is the man.
I'm sure there's a lot.
But like, I mean, like you said, it's hard to come in, play a game. Like I was playing on Sunday with Wendell, and it's like we were having so much fun in the glider. Like we are trying to drop grenades on people, and it was fun. But if you're coming in and you're getting onto the game and it's just playing like it was a year ago, you're just like, what?
Yeah. And what's sad is right now for a lot of people, it's like as bad as it was when like we first started playing and you crash almost like every game. Luckily, like I crashed today, but that's probably my first crash in a game in like 2 weeks.
I haven't crashed too much myself actually, but
yeah, but there's a lot of people who are crashing like a ton, like every game. They're like, I can't play because I crashed. So for you to have not played and then for that to happen, and then like today, some guy came in the stream. I mean, who knows, like, I just, when people come to stream, I take them for face value because I have no idea. I mean, they could be kidding around or someone on a fake account, but they're like, I've never played PUBG before. I want to download it. Like, how does it play on console? So I'm like, I can't I can't tell the guy plays great. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's a fun game. There's crossplay coming, but yeah, like it doesn't run the best on console. It does have issues, but like you could see me playing right now. Like it's not like it's unplayable to me. It's not unplayable.
No, definitely not unplayable. 100%. I think that it's just it's funny actually. I talked to a guy I used to work with at my old job where they did servers for video games and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah,
And he was one of the people that got me into playing PUBG, besides Box of Ducks. And
okay,
he had mentioned he had jumped on a while back and he just couldn't play it. But he was just like, dude, he's like the hardest things are like dealing with these things, and they're hard issues to solve. But he's like, that's really what separates the good from the great, are like the guys that were able to scale these games. And he's like, it's hard. He's like, it's really, really hard. And he's like, some of these things probably could never be avoided with like having 100 people in a game. And this is a dude that builds, like, does the servers, like he does like Call of Duty servers. So like he knows his shit, and I wish like maybe one day it'd be cool if he can come on and talk about it.
Yeah, and that's why kind of like what I was saying when I was just trying to defend my tweet, that like I'm just trying to bring a little positivity to the situation, that like it's just not an easy task. I mean,
no, 110%.
Like we could. I don't want to fill the whole podcast talking about this, but like you could really look at it from like every angle. Like maybe PUBG did fail like in a lot of ways, but like it's not, like your coworker said, like it's not an easy task. Yeah. Bringing a game that was built with flaws on, and people like you could debate for like hours every negative thing. Like someone's like, they shouldn't have launched early. I'm like, do you think they just have unlimited money to like, but people don't understand that. Like PUBG obviously can't just sit there and be in development for 3 years. Like it had to go to game preview just to fund it. And then now they've made a bunch of money, but then you can't just hire people. Like I was saying, at my job, sometimes it took 6 months to hire somebody at my old job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can't just hire somebody in like, oh, let's just hire 1 million people to fix it. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, they're not. It's not easy to do. The onboarding process takes a couple months, and like getting the person adjusted to everything, it definitely takes time. And I mean, totally, his point was really just like, things that like maybe they could have done in the beginning that would have helped is like cut the player size down from 100 to 80, split the servers up to more locations. He's like, he's like maybe that would have worked. He's like, sometimes like there's some things. He's like, do you need 100 players in a game? Maybe not. He's like, I don't think it would make a map a little bit, and you still have the same map. He's like it might have been better that way. He's like, you would have less decent, he's like, there's creative ways to go about it. He's like, there's hard ways, there's easy ways, like there's long-term solutions, short terms. I mean, he was just like, the fact that it's like been time, and he's like, it just feels like the issues are there. He's like, I have other things going on in my life. It wasn't really why he stopped playing or anything. The game was broken. He just was like, he moved on to a different games, not because he just wasn't like a huge PUBG person. It wasn't like something he played.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. It seems like they definitely did not. I mean, who knows? We don't work for PUBG, but it seems like
I'm sure they tried other things. I'm sure they're. Yeah, I saw Hawkins tweet. He's like, it's not for a lack of trying, and I get that, dude. Yeah, and it's hard because I work in an engineering role, and it's hard because I can't tell customers, hey, we're trying. You know what I mean? It's really tough because it's like you can tell them you're trying, but like I don't expect them to understand it. You know what I mean? Like I just usually am just like, I'm gonna get shit on for this. You know what I mean? Like I just kind of like cringe when I say it. Like, hey, like I'm waiting for shit to just slap me in the face. But
that's actually really good. That's actually. I mean, it's funny, but that's like so true. That's
all you can do is just be like, hey, I'm trying. Like these are the things we're trying, and it's just not working out, and we're being as upfront as possible. And maybe that's what upsets people, is maybe they're not as upfront as they could be. I don't know. I really don't know. But I mean,
there's a lot of different angles. It's like a million different things, Yeah.
But I think that if they can get them solved, they'll be in a good situation. I think they're not down and out kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
And
maybe
I
this is
just,
what they need. Maybe it's a good thing that these streamers are saying, "Hey, like you got to address this now," kind of thing. You know, maybe it's a
yeah.
good thing. I don't know.
I think it's like an appropriate time to, because people say the game's been out for like 3 years, but realistically, like it was in super game preview mode. It hasn't been out fully for 3 years.
Yeah,
And like now is it kind of, it's like the game's been fully out for say like 2 years. I'm just gonna say roughly. It's been maybe a little bit more than that, but like
yeah.
I think now is the point where it's like you guys gotta like figure it out. But it seems like, and people are like, oh, they just take their money and run. But it seems like to
No, that's such
me
a bullshit statement.
they're spending so much money, dude. They made a studio underneath them to make this single player game that they're doing. I mean, and it seems like there's word now. I know you've like kind of haven't been following everything, but I'm like, always looking at all this
Yeah,
information. There's all this people talking about PUBG's hiring for a new team called Project Extreme, and people are trying to like find out whether like what that means. It's like a new game. Like, is it PUBG 2? Is it a new game mode? But like, and PUBG's hiring, like the Hawkins said, over 100 employees. So like a company that's like ready to let PUBG die. This is their main title right now.
yeah,
They wouldn't be hiring 100 employees and making a single player game for a game that like they're not all in on. So it's just
yeah,
like you got to think about it like that way too. That
yeah.
they are putting a lot of
Definitely.
time and effort and stuff into it and money back into it.
Yeah. I mean, look, PUBG is killing it in Asia. You know, so I mean, is that like maybe that's just their focus now? They know where they're doing well and that's what they got to do. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
they're not. They're
may,
definitely making changes and
yeah,
trying to
maybe
go.
they
They
are
didn't take the
focused
money and
for
run. That's a terrible statement.
yeah, exactly. People are saying some crazy stuff that way, and they're saying that they like don't care about North America at all. Like, okay, maybe they prioritize Asia because you have
Yeah,
to prioritize like your biggest market. But to say like they don't care about the U.S. market at all would just be crazy. Because if you've ever been in a business meeting, they care about every single
no, yeah, I've never
market
been
because
in a
it's
business meeting and said, we don't give a shit about China," or you know what I mean?
or
Like,
America because they have 300 million potential customers there. That's our
yeah,
total population, but you know what I mean.
yeah. I mean,
Like
100%. I've never said anything and be like, yeah, screw that country. You know what I mean? Like, no, no, no. If there's someone that's
yeah,
willing to buy it, like, we're gonna do something. You know, and it's
yeah,
obviously, I'm sure that the issue that we have like with these things still happens in Asia. You know what I mean? I'm sure it does. It's not like
yeah.
they
Oh,
have,
for sure.
you know, Rolls Royce servers over there. And in America, they got like, fucking, a Ford Focus.
Totally,
you know?
man. Totally. I mean, I think maybe the joke's on me because it's just like at the end of the day, people are always gonna like complain about this stuff. So
Yeah,
I
you
guess it's like
can't read
just a
too much
never
into it.
ended like process. And there's always gonna be people, and some people are real. Some people are probably just sending out messages as trolls.
Oh,
But I guess
definitely.
I just fell
Twitter is
into it a
just
little
the
bit because I
trolls
was just
haven.
trying to defend it a little bit. But not that Choco Taco, going back to the original thing, was bashing it. There was just other
No, no.
people bashing it. I think what he said
I
is
think like
fair.
yeah, there's some people that definitely do it out of the fact that they love the game and they want to see the improvement. Like they want to see it be playable and then grow. I don't think they want the game to be gone or to bash the game or make people feel bad. But you know,
Yeah. And it's kind of crazy that video games are so part of our lives that like people really get heated about this stuff. I mean, and we're talking about, I mean,
so
we have
much
a video game
passion.
podcast and I stream, but like the video game, my whole life is in video games. But it is fascinating that
It
the
is.
video game industry has like just blown up like so much more with streaming, and people like livelihoods are coming through just playing video games and making YouTube content and stuff like that. So
Yeah, it's
it's
pretty much like a channel now. Like, well, there's channels like yours is a channel, but like you're like subscribed to HBO. You know, you're subscribed to
yeah,
Blitz 5.
yeah, it's just crazy, man.
It's
How
an
it's like
interesting concept.
yeah, for sure. But I think we can all agree that like I hope they do get some of that stuff figured out. Like there's always going to be desync and internet problems, but like some of the basic stuff, PUBG definitely needs to come out and say like we're not going to be able to fix it because like we made a messed up game and like we're gonna fix it way later. Sorry, or they need to be like we're doing it now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they don't need to do anything, but they should hopefully do something like that.
Yeah.
Let
So
people
do you
know
think
like
like
what they're doing.
PUBG should just roll out like maybe PUBG 2 and just kind of leave this version behind? Like maybe be like, you know what, maybe we should just dedicate our resources to maintaining that game, keep building some stuff like content for it, but like let's just work on creating PUBG 2 and maybe like the whole new platform, you know what I mean, won't have these issues or something, you know. Do you
Yeah,
think
I
that would
mean,
be a
yeah.
good
Again,
idea?
I I mean, I don't know, like, because it's probably so complex.
Yeah.
But people were tweeting at me saying like, "What about Call of Duty and Counter Strike?" And I'm like looking, I'm like, dude, these games like CS:GO, like, oh, CS:GO runs fine. I'm like, yeah, that's their fourth iteration of
Yeah.
Counter Strike, and they've been making it for however many years, dude. Or look
Yeah.
at Call of Duty, like
Oh,
Call of
Counter Strike
Duty,
is a fine-tuned machine.
Call of Duty, yeah, like Call of Duty, they've been making Call of Duty for 15 years, whatever plus. And then now they've come out and said that like sometimes they spend 3 or 4 years making the next Call of Duty. So like you
Yeah.
can't just compare PUBG to these games because I mean
No.
those games are like and they're owned by Activision Blizzard and EA Games and Valve who have billions and billions of dollars. Um, not that EA, I mean EA owns Battlefield, but
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean I don't know too much. So I'm talking way out of context here, or like out of
No.
my knowledge. But I think maybe doing that, like it's like if we were still playing Call of Duty 1 right now, like it would probably be pretty effed up and people wouldn't enjoy it. So like maybe there needs to be a PUBG 2. I don't know how that Unreal Engine works. Like, can they upgrade it over time? Like, I don't know, but like
Yeah.
it.
So
I
they
don't know how that
can,
works,
but I mean,
man.
I think a lot of it is that they probably go back and they're fixing things that are like deeply nested into the code, and that's
Yeah,
probably what happens is like they make a fix and it's just hard to test, and I mean, it's possible, or sometimes it's just like, is it easier to start with a clean slate? Take the Unreal
probably right.
Engine and build it from the ground up instead of like, I think what they did before was they used another platform and built on top of it. I mean, they used Unreal,
It's
but they
yeah,
they used some like pre-made game kind of thing, and
they did. Yeah, yeah.
so
Especially now if they have a bigger team and like more people and
yeah,
stuff
but
like
it was like
that.
40 dudes, and I get that. Like implementing stuff on a server, you probably have three guys that are trying to put stuff on servers all the time, and it's not easy to do. It's not at all. Like I know the guys that work on the servers for Call of Duty, and they work their asses off getting those servers ready. And that's a team of like 5 guys, and that's not including Call of Duty's team that's just building. Like these guys are just preparing the servers. Like there's a team at Activision that's actively using those servers that these guys are preparing to test, and you know what I mean, and be like, okay, we need this much RAM for games, and this, what I mean, like all this stuff. Like they're getting it, like they're fine tuned. They know what they're doing. There's a
Yeah,
lot of guys involved. People, not guys, there could be women, but what I mean. There's a lot of
yeah,
people
yeah,
involved. At the
yeah.
bigger
For sure.
company, they know their shit. They got a lot of experience in doing it. They know it works. They know it doesn't work. They know what kind of servers they want. You know,
Yeah, what do you think though? Like, do you think like if they made a PUBG 2, like it would just take too long and people would lose interest and it would just die out? Like, would people come back to it? Like, do you think that's a good solution personally, or do you
I
think
don't
like they
know.
should just try to?
I really don't know.
Yeah, it's tough to say.
It's hard to say. Yeah, that's like a point. Is that like if it could take too long? Maybe that's what the team of 100 people is doing. I don't know. I mean, that would be. I think that the hardest part is like you always got to be. They kind of always got to be developing. You know,
Well, I am
and
making new stuff. Yeah, if
yeah,
that's
and I
what you
think
mean.
like if you're just maintaining, like, or just building content, like I would say creating content for a game is a form of maintaining, right? Like I think uh Karakin is content, and so it's just a way of maintaining player base.
100%.
I think
Yeah, 100%.
developing is like PUBG 2. Like we have a new map, we're pushing it to 120 players. Like we fixed
Yeah.
the desync, we fixed this. Like this game is going to be a fine-tuned machine. You know what I mean? Like um, that's developing. You know what I mean? Like what's the next iteration? Like here's 1.0. Like what's 2.0 going to look like? You know?
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, there's so many questions. Like,
Yeah, but yeah,
would they include
definitely
Erangel
time.
on that map? Would it be the same game? Would they make new maps? Like how I wonder what they would
Yes.
do.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, that's like I don't know. I think it would be. I would keep it a similar game, you know,
Yeah,
and maybe that's what
try to
they're
make it as
doing.
close as possible, but just like work better because I like the way it is. Like I like a lot of what PUBG is.
No, I think
Like
that's a great. It's a there's no other battle royale like it, and that's why it's still successful. You know.
yeah, I always like to feel like I love Call of Duty, but as time went on, like Call of Duty got like it. I still like I know I don't play it as much, but I still like Call of Duty, but it got less like military, more arcadey. And
Yeah,
sorry,
it's
just
very
my mic there.
twitchy and just
Yeah,
like who can just
Totally, and like PUBG still just has that feel, man. Like the, sometimes like in first person your players look short and stuff, but like the feel of the game just feels good. Like you feel kind of like more military based shooter. And I've just, we've talked about it a million times, but I love that, and I think that's why a lot of people play. So you wouldn't want it to like lose that vibe, you know. Change into PUBG 2. Like, when like Call of Duty, there's some Call of Duties that the character model feels really good, and there's some Call of Duties where the character model feels like you're running around like a Gears of War player. You're like really big, and I'm like, I don't.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, it's mechanical feeling. But see, sometimes like I feel like I'm playing in PUBG, but I'm not big.
Yeah, it almost feels like you are, but your character model's thin. Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like it's just clunky. I mean, that would be like, I just think there's smoothing and stuff like that. And it could be a limitation of just our time. Like 100 players was very advantageous with like what they wanted to do and render into the game. The quality, graphics, the realism.
Something's definitely up because think about PUBG launch. I mean, thinking about this, PUBG launched on console without digital analog movement. Like, how did that even happen? How does a game go on console without utilizing thumbstick movement? Like it was still using like WASD movement, so that's why we couldn't move properly. And they're still working on improving digital analog movement. Like every so patch, like often you feel like the movement gets a little bit better. It's because they're probably working on that. So like whatever's happening there,
I forgot about
like,
that. That's too funny. I just like realized I was like, wait, yeah, you're right. It used to be so bad.
Literally, I remember making a video and in the patch notes being like, "Oh, they brought in digital analog movement. This is going to be huge for the game." I remember making an update video talking about that. So, like, what happened there? Like, were they just rushing to get to console as fast as possible? Were they literally just it's their first console game ever? So, like, did they just not have the employees to do that? So, like, maybe they should have waited. So, like, it seems like this is stemming like. Maybe it is a major issue where they're just like kind of going full send and not really like doing things the right way. I mean, who knows? We don't work there, but there is something up because why would a game launch without that? It doesn't really make sense.
I don't know. That's a good question. I guess someone just says yes, and then they're like, "Hey guys, we gotta do this," and then everyone probably in the dev department's like, "Oh fuck," you know what I mean? They're just like, "Why'd you say yes to this?"
Well, I get it though because like I saw PUBG on PC and I'm like, man. I want to play that on Xbox like right now. So they probably had like a lot of demand. They probably wanted to be like the first there.
Yeah, Microsoft is demanding. I'm sure they're probably like, hey, if you can get this on the console, at X time.
Yeah, by the end of the year, so they were like shitting their pants trying to get it out. It launched eventually in December, right? So like maybe that was kind of
Christmas
part of it.
Time. Yeah.
Yeah.
We want you to have it out by Christmas, and it's probably like October 12th. Just like,
yeah. Yeah, who knows?
I mean, I think like also like we have the Xbox, and I guess we can segue like Xbox Series X. I keep on saying 1X, but the Xbox Series X coming out with native 4K. I mean, native 8K. So we're definitely on this like cusp of like having consoles that are extremely powerful.
Yeah,
and hopefully
that's for
a good price point that games like PUBG and in future iterations of these games can really last on this machine. And stuff like that. Maybe we'll see improvements. I think, on PC it seems to be just some weird issues that I think are a little bit simpler to fix. But I think like PUBG's limited on consoles of like what they can and cannot do, and hopefully this new generation will help alleviate that.
Yeah, hopefully, man. I mean, this thing seems like it's going to be pretty powerful. I'm trying to pull up the stats again because I watched a bunch of videos when they announced the stats. Just recently, if you're listening, they announced the specs for this. I pulled some up too.
Yeah, like the 12 teraflops. So I believe Xbox One X is 6 teraflops. And that's
I'm gonna try to pull it up right now if I can.
Yeah, get it up there. 12 teraflops. Xbox One X, I believe, is 6. They said it's 4 times faster than the Xbox One. So that's about 3.
4 times faster. Okay.
So it's 4 times the amount. Or no, it's just okay. So this is twice as what's available on Xbox One X and 8 times the original Xbox One. Yeah, so that's
because they're saying here that like the original Xbox One,
it's 8 times faster.
Yeah, was around like 1.3, 1.5 teraflops. So that makes sense. 8 times, like 1.5.
That's GPU performance. That's a powerful GPU. That's not a joke GPU, to be honest with you. I don't think the 2070 does that. Yeah,
what GPU is that?
Puts the Xbox Series X beyond most mid-range graphics cards. So you're paying like these are like you're getting into the probably for like me and you to go buy this graphics card is probably in the $700 range.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff in here. I mean, even like the solid state drive has got to be a little pricey,
Oh
depending on what
yeah.
size it's going to be. And
Yeah, the solid state drive is definitely not cheap at all. You have a decent amount of storage.
yeah, I'm just like reading through all this stuff as well.
CPU is probably another is very high. The Zen 2. I don't remember what that's equivalent to in terms of like the what your PC would be, but it's all new components. AMD pretty much made all these things for Xbox and I guess for PlayStation, because PlayStation is using pretty much the same components to run. So it's kind of interesting. Yeah, the NVMe SSD. Let's just Google that real quick. I want to see how much that costs.
Yeah, I'm like looking at all this stuff. It's hard because of the different naming things for this, and I just built mine with like NVIDIA stuff, but I'm trying to figure it out. But it's going to support for real time ray tracing, which is like a new thing now that some of the graphics card have. Me and you both have that, the RTX graphics cards.
Yeah.
In our PCs.
Yeah. Oh, so like if you look up NVMe SSDs, it's just like the article that comes up from PC World is everything you need to know about the insanely fast storage.
Yeah,
Very
those
new.
that's just like the connection is that the NV, what is it, whatever it's called, is like it's like a small little port. It's like a direct connection as compared to like however, what is it, regular, the SATA is how it's hooked up regularly. So
Yeah.
that I think that connects directly to the motherboard. So the connection is just way faster on the SSD. It's like a direct connection in.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
think it
cool.
is SATA.
Yeah, SATA is the regular connection, I think, which I have because I didn't pay for the NV, whatever that's called.
No,
But
yeah,
that's
me neither.
it's just a better version of the SSD,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
So they have a picture actually here of it on this thing. I can send you the link so you could if you want to post it. But sustained throughout megabytes per second. A SATA hard drive is about 250 if I'm looking at this right. A SATA SSD is about 500, and then the NVMe, sorry, SSD is 3,000.
Wow. I didn't know it's that big of a difference. It's pretty
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot. So like I mean that's and then seek time milliseconds, it's a lot. Two and then S SATA, yeah. It dwarfs everything, honestly. So it's fast. If you don't really
Yeah.
understand like what sustained throughput is, I don't 100% know it. I've read it before, but it's way faster.
Yeah, and what's interesting here is that Xbox beat out PlayStation to, say the stats, which I don't know if that's good or bad because now PlayStation has
Yeah.
time to like, they're either shitting themselves or they're like, yo, we got this. We're going to push out something better. But
So-
I don't know how they could.
Yeah,
'Cause
no.
Xbox has got a big bankroll.
Too late. It's too late to
With
do
Microsoft.
that. I mean, actually, talking to someone at work that's a big PlayStation guy, and he was actually annoyed. He's like, dude, he's like, Xbox is looking good, and he's like, it sucks because he's like, Sony isn't saying anything. He's
Yeah, I
like, they
wonder-
aren't saying diddly shit, and he's like, the only thing they know is that it cost about $430 to build or something like that. I could be wrong, to build the PlayStation 5. So I mean, and even Sony had said like we're waiting to see what Xbox does with theirs, so because they want to make it competitively priced. So if Microsoft comes out and says it costs us, X amount, and Sony's probably going to be a little relieved, unless Microsoft says, yeah, we're going to sell it at a loss, like we'll take the loss on these, and then
Yeah,
Sony makes
yeah,
shit,
yeah.
But
Yeah, which I was trying
I
to
don't
say
think they can
to.
change the components.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm saying, they might be trying to tweak it PlayStation right now. Who knows? It depends how long they wait to say something.
I don't think they can do that, dude. I don't think there's enough time.
Yeah, probably not. At this point, you're right. They're probably already like almost in.
They go through so
Semi,
many
like,
testing
production.
phases, to make sure like everything. They haven't even released like what it's gonna look like. They just have that vacuum cleaner looking, like dev.
Yeah, you're right.
box.
Xbox has already released all that stuff, like what it looks like, and
Yeah,
I
everything.
haven't really heard that
They
much
had
from
that cool
PlayStation.
commercial where it was the guy being like, "Have you ever dreamed before?" And you're like, "Oh,
Yeah, there's already like talk about like some games like Halo Infinite.
Yeah,
and,
they're
like all
coming
the
out
stuff that's
hot.
coming out there.
I think they
they're,
made a
they're
mistake.
coming in pretty hot.
They made a mistake with Xbox One, and they're going for it for Series X. I think they're
Yeah,
just
I mean, Xbox is looking. Obviously, we're Xbox users, so maybe we're a little biased here, but Xbox is looking pretty
biased.
dope, man, with Game Pass and all this stuff. I mean, they definitely made a
xCloud.
mistake here with like Xbox One and the Kinect. Like people ended up not wanting that, I guess, but
Yeah.
they are heading in the right direction. Game Pass is like people love Game Pass. It's pretty smart.
I mean, it's gonna be exciting with Game Pass, Xbox One X. Sorry, the X Cloud, able to play
Yeah.
on your phone.
Oh, dude, I
That
mean,
stuff
Boris
is
has been
still
doing that all
testing.
the time, man. He's like been playing crazy games from his Xbox on his phone.
Wait, who is
It's
that?
wild. A YouTuber, Boris15, who
Oh yeah, you
is in a
mentioned
stream
that. He has an
sometimes.
Android though. It's not available on iPhone,
Yes,
right?
he has an Android, and he signed up for like a beta alpha kind of like version, like insider
He likes it.
version. And dude, he says he plays all the time. He's like, when I'm at lunch at work, I'll legit play like this. He'll name like he's one of those gamers where he plays like a lot of solo single player games.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I'm just gonna say he doesn't play. I don't know if he plays Assassin's Creed. He's like, I'm playing Assassin's Creed, whatever, like at lunch from my Xbox, but on my phone. Like that's, and he's playing with it. He brings his Xbox controller with him. So he'll
Yeah.
play like in his car or whatever. I don't know where he's at, like for like 30 minutes, like on his phone.
Amazing.
It's
And I
pretty
think
cool.
like that's the next thing is that they're gonna just have so when I was at E3 last year, this guy actually told me that they did like a lot of stuff for Microsoft and stuff. And he's like, they're pretty much just shoving these things into server racks, like these Xboxes. So if like you aren't like near your Xbox or something like that or whatever, you don't have an Xbox, you can
Yeah.
just like you're just gonna remote into these Xbox Series X's that are just in a server rack and some like,
Yeah. Wow,
server
that's
farm,
crazy. Yeah,
which is
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
interesting, like pretty smart. And that's how why Sony partnered with them because they were just like
Yeah.
similar components. Like, can you just shove these in there for us too? You know
Yeah, I
what mean?
forgot that
Like,
they.
sure.
Yeah, I forgot that they did partner with their
Yeah,
cloud services. Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, Xbox definitely positioned themselves pretty. I mean, it's genius. I mean, they're owned by Microsoft. It was a good play. It's a good idea.
yeah. I think that they kind of knew that they have to cross-platform and do all these things.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think it'll be interesting. I'm excited for it for sure. I'm just excited. Like the next gen consoles always like make it more fun. Like you know,
totally. It's
like just like
exciting. Yeah.
it's always more
But
going
speaking of
on.
that,
And
not
it's just
I don't
it's
want to talk
exciting.
about it too long. But speak about like, do you remember how a colossal of a like fuck up Xbox One launching and like some of the games that launched on there? Remember like
Battlefield
Battlefield?
4.
Like talk about that. Like I don't want to go back into it, but I mean,
Battlefield
me and
4.
Andrew had like the worst time playing Battlefield. We couldn't play together.
Oh,
My Xbox One had like so many issues when I first got it, and like dashboard issues and all this stuff. And I mean, eventually all got fixed, but like it was a cluster F. It did not
yeah.
work well at first.
Yeah, it was bad. I remember we all bought Battlefield because we're like, oh, let's get a game we can all play together, and literally we could never play together. We get into games, it's like would be the two of us in the game, and of a game of like that's supposed to have like 100 people in it or 50 people or
Yeah,
60 or whatever.
and I think that game might have crashed too. Honestly, I mean,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
it was way
just
worse than PUBG.
it was just crazy, man. So, and then
It was
that's
bad.
Battlefield. So
It was terrible.
it's not like
But I mean, in all fairness, that was 2013. So
yeah. Yeah, I'm just saying it's not a new thing in video games for this stuff to have issues, but it's kind of sucks that like you're right in now in today's day and age like it still happens pretty often. The video game industry seems like it needs to like it's like to me, it's like the movie industry or like any of these industries where there's so much money flowing in, but then it just seems like I guess it's like the people at the very top of these companies are making a lot of money, but like you don't see like it's not like the video game world is like in like a rock star phase. Like there's so much money flowing through, but you don't see like the regular coder like driving around like Lamborghinis. Do you? I mean, some of them are probably well paid, but like
no.
there's so much money flowing through, and these guys like their studios closing down all the time, and like it's kind of crazy. It's like it seems like a pretty rough industry to work in.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, I feel like a lot of studios just end up publishing. Like really, like Activision isn't like a studio; it's a publisher.
No,
You
it's a
know what I mean?
publisher.
So,
Yeah. No, the publishers make money, but they kind of abuse the studios because they'll
Probably,
freelance
yeah,
them.
most of them
They
do.
freelance them while they're making the game, and then they'll like fire them after they make the game. So then they make these guys work like crazy hours while they're making the game, and then they fire the studio, and then the publisher, like Activision, makes all the money because like it's flowing through them and they're financing it. So it's like it seems like the industry is just a little like messed up in a way.
Yeah, it
You
is
know?
definitely a little bit shadier of a thing, but I guess
It's kind of
I
like when
think
the
that
record labels used to make all the money and like some art, like in the 80s, you'll see an artist who made like all the best music and they're like, yeah, I'm broke. The record label made all the money. I didn't make all the
yeah,
money. That's like the studios versus the publisher. Like the publishers just kind of steal all the money because they like finance it and market it and all that stuff. That's really actually a perfect analogy.
oh,
It's kind of what
definitely.
it
And I
is.
think that's like why PUBG was successful though they didn't use a publisher. Like Microsoft has like that,
Yeah.
IDE at Microsoft or whatever, like the independent studios and all that, which is great. I think that's like good because it makes these companies like Activision and stuff have to be a little bit more responsible with these studios because they have the ability, if they can, to just like use Xbox or Microsoft's platform
Yeah.
to build their games. You know what I mean? And like
Totally. Yeah.
market
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
with their games.
Hmm.
Maybe they don't do as well as sales, but in reality, like they may save a lot. You know what I mean? Like instead of losing 70% to an Activision, they may do a little bit better because they're getting less buys, but they're getting 100% of the return. So you know
Oh, for sure. Yeah, yeah, because they save it and they can just kind of do it. I mean, they need that because they need some indie developers, really,
yeah.
and people to be encouraged to do that. So
I mean,
it's nice
people
that they
love that
provide
game,
that
Ori and the
platform.
Blind Forest. Apparently, that game is amazing.
Yeah, and it's like that in movies, man. You have these big movie studios who like they only want to produce Marvel because that's what sells. But then like some of the best movies are made from like some small movie productions and stuff like that. I guess it's kind of similar to all those industries. It's just crazy because there's so much more money flowing through now that you think there'd be like a different way. But
Yeah,
I guess it's kind of the entertainment industry is still kind of like that, unfortunately, with a lot of
yeah. I don't
things.
know if that's ever really going to change.
Yeah,
Or
no, I
at
guess
least not change anytime soon. It
yeah.
might.
But what's interesting now
It'll
is
be
that
interesting.
PUBG.
I think we're like it's nice because it's like it sucks because we're getting older, but like this will be the fourth like big console launch in my like life. So
Ooh,
Xbox,
that's kind of
Xbox
crazy. I
360.
mean, we've been alive for all the Xboxes
Yeah,
and like old enough to play, you know?
yeah. I remember it used to be like the three consoles, and then it was just now it's just like two. Nintendo kind of just does whatever. They
Yeah, they're
stopped
kind of
trying to
off like in
compete
their,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, they're in their own little world. Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
That's
it
true.
was they knew they were like, yeah, we're not going to beat these consoles out for like hardcore gaming, but we can beat it, do our own thing and just stay in a niche market.
Yeah.
They do fine.
Yeah, I mean, I broke out my Nintendo Switch when my fiance and I were like, we were on a plane and I brought my Switch with me and I didn't use it while we were there or like doing much. But when we were on the plane, we played Mario Party. The plane flew like went by so fast. We
I
played around
know,
with like
yeah,
Mario Party. It was fun. It's cool. It's more like it's like Game Boy, man. The Nintendo Switch is like a Game Boy they can hook up to your TV, and I think that's where they do best at.
yeah.
It's just like perfect for
Not
that
like
kind of
worrying
stuff.
about graphics and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure like I think they're like at like 1080p. I think they're like the Switch, right? I don't think it's anything
Yeah, like
crazy.
barely. I think some of it's in 720. Honestly, I don't even think it is 1080.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, they may have actually gone back to Nintendo 64 graphics. They just know how to render colors a lot better
Yeah,
or
you
something.
know, yeah. Someone was saying that like I think that the Switch is more powerful than it's stated, when they like underdo it just to keep it like to keep it easy for them. Like there was some kind of article I'd have to Google it again, so I probably shouldn't have mentioned it on the podcast without knowing what I'm saying. But someone had some funny tweet about that or
Yeah,
article. Kind of see it because they're just doing their thing. They're not really worrying about graphics, which at the end of the day, like graphics are nice, but like it's not the end all be all. I think most people are
yeah.
okay with that.
No, definitely. Um, what is some other things in here for the Xbox Series X? They'll have quick. What is it called? Jeez, where I just lost the article now. Oh, oh, there it is.
I mean,
Sorry.
what do you think about the?
Um,
No, it's okay. What do you think about the price, man? I mean, I know it was just a guesstimate, but like, what the Xbox One was $500,
I don't. I
right?
think they're gonna probably price this very similar to the Xbox One X. I think that was $500.
Yeah. So this is gonna be
I think they're gonna be in that.
like maybe $600, 600 bucks.
Yeah, I would say they're not gonna go really crazy. I think they'll try to take a loss if anything. They make
Yeah.
so much money on um, like Xbox Live and the Game Pass thing now. Honestly, the console is just the medium that they need to make money.
Yeah. Like I was
It's
thinking
the
of
middleman.
totally Xbox Live is kind of like AOL now, where like you don't really do we really need to be paying for like Xbox Live?
Well,
Still, like they
technically,
just
you
make
don't
good money
anymore.
off it,
Now you
right?
pay for game.
You cut out. You pay for Game Pass, have you said?
You don't really pay. Yeah, you don't really pay for Xbox Live anymore. It's Game Pass. It's all like one bundle. You
No, you can
pass and
pay
stuff
for it
like that.
separately though. You can pay for it. There's
You
just, they did
can.
a bunch of promotions where like now if you buy Xbox Live you get like Game
Yeah,
Pass
true.
with it and stuff like that. But like you can still, I think it's there eventually it'll be separate unless they turn it all into one. They could do that, but you can still buy like a year of Xbox Live. That's what I did. Like
Yeah,
just
I mean, I
a
guess.
straight up beer
Mm,
of it.
yeah, I guess like they don't need to make charge you, but
No, it makes
I mean,
sense. I
it's
mean,
a
they make
service,
money
though.
off it. So yeah, totally. But I'm saying it's kind of like a like antiquated thing. Like I think you paid money like 15 years ago. I was checking. I've been an Xbox Live member for 15 years straight with what's my Blitz 5 account. Um, so like 15 years ago it was different, you know, like it was probably so much money for them to like be hosting this. And they're like, oh, you got to pay to access. It's kind of like AOL, you know, and then people are like, oh, screw it. Like we're just going to be free. And,
Yeah,
Xbox, obviously, you're right. It's definitely going to cost them money to like organize everything, but you know, does it cost? I'm sure they make money. All I'm saying is, I'm sure they make money off Xbox Live. I'm sure it costs them a lot, but I'm sure they make money. And like, I was just trying to reiterate your point that like they could sell it at a loss and make money back elsewhere. You know,
yeah.
through everything else.
I think they'll be. I don't think they're gonna try to go. I think they know that Sony will, whatever Microsoft does, Sony will try to undercut them. So, you know,
Yeah,
but I like the fact that they're being open and transparent. Like they're showing us stuff. They're like getting some hype going, you know. And like even the guy I worked with, who's a bigger Sony fan, he was just like, you know, dude, he's like, I was like, honestly, like them not showing up to E3. He's like, it's stupid to me. He's like, why don't they have a press conference there? At least a press conference at E3. He's like, I want to see this thing, and you know, he's like, get me hyped about it. He's like, make me want to buy this thing. You know,
totally. I mean,
he's
it's
like,
all
I feel like you don't
marketing.
need.
I mean, the marketing helps, you know, whether yeah, I know they're going to do their own PlayStation thing, but the more you can market, and even Xbox kind of slowly being like, here's what the Xbox looks like. Oh, there's ray tracing. Oh, here's the stats. Here's the price. Like they're constantly putting their names like
Yeah,
out there. You know what I mean? It's like
you
just the
don't.
marketing helps a
Yeah, you
lot.
don't want people to fester for too like, or you know, not fester, but like
Yeah.
you want to leave people in the dark for too long. Like you gotta spoon feed it. I feel like, you know, I'm not a marketing person, but I feel like you spoon feed it a little bit, like at a time.
Yeah.
Just give the people what they want. You know what I mean? Like give us some
Yeah, for
fucking
sure.
crazy shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, man, and definitely gonna get this off the bat like right away. It'll be
Yeah,
fun to
same. I'm gonna buy it and
celebrate
fucking put it on the
our
book.
tower,
You know,
our
it's
Xbox tower.
yeah, yeah. Buy three of them and stack them together.
I hope the cooling on this is pretty good.
I think it will be. It's kind of a good idea. Top cooling, you know, heat obviously rises. And just shoot it at the
Yeah.
top. It's gonna be like one day just fire coming out of it. It's like, oh shit.
Okay, all right. Let's take a break from gaming. I have fire shooting out of the top of my Xbox now.
It's like, some of the other cool features though, like the quick resume, like you'll be able to have multiple games that you could just jump from. That's pretty cool. That was like the original idea with the Xbox One.
Yeah,
Um,
but Xbox is pretty good at that though. Like it's pretty easy to go. I mean, remember like how things
oh
have
yeah,
changed, switching disc. Where like now like, I'm like PTS, PUBG, Call of Duty, like all in your menu
yeah.
system. It is pretty convenient now. It's
I
nice you can
think
do all that.
you know what's so fucking dumb is that that was what killed one of the things that killed the Xbox One is that they're pushing this like system of like no discs. You know, they wanted it to be like all digital, and people were hated it. But you know what, dude? 99% of people now don't probably have any discs.
You're saying like
They're
for
just way
reference,
ahead.
back when Xbox came out, people literally lost their shit that you had. They wanted you to download it and not get discs anymore. Is that what you're? That's what you're saying,
Yeah,
right?
like Sony
And
made a stupid
yeah,
commercial of like the guys handing each
yeah,
other like, oh, if you want to share your games, you just do this, and you like hand the guy a disc. He's like, thanks, and then like that was it. Dude,
yeah.
no one fucking buys discs. Like that's why GameStop is going out of business, dude. Like,
Yeah, some people do. Like our buddy Craig still does, but
I
other,
mean, I
yeah,
like I
no,
buy
but
some games
nobody.
on disc that I don't like, but
Dude, I haven't bought a effing disc in forever,
no,
dude.
it's bad for the environment. What the fuck? I'm just kidding. But I
Yeah,
mean, like, it's just they were way ahead of their time on that. To be honest with you, it's kind of weird to think about. Like, it doesn't seem like it, but in reality, they were. They were like, yo, like this. We're about to hit the digital age
yeah,
of get video gamers. Like, so let's just push this, and then people were just not receptive to the change, which happens. It always happens when technology changes.
totally. I mean, hey, yeah, most people it's hard for change, you know.
Yeah,
So I was down with it. I'm like, I'm down with not
I
buying.
didn't. I
The,
didn't
the only thing I
care.
miss is that I have all my Call of Duties like on my shelf
Oh,
from like
this.
one to like Black Ops 3 or whatever the last one I bought in person. So I won't continue that collection anymore unless I buy it like after the fact or something. But that's a silly collection. It's not like something that really matters, you know.
Yeah.
But Yeah, and it was a fun process getting the game, but it's easier just downloading it. You know what I mean? Just let me
It's
download
nice
it.
to come home and have the game ready. Right?
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
getting Halo 3 at GameStop and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
When you
totally.
had the Chevy Cobalt,
Yeah, man.
and we were blasting the Halo theme song
That's a great moment. It's a great memory, dude.
Yeah.
Waiting for Halo 3.
in the cold.
And everyone, like, the first people are, like, running out with their, like, limited edition box with the helmet, which I still have. They're like, yeah! And you're like, woo!
And people were just, like, cheering and shit like that.
Yeah.
So ridiculous. Dude, what a time to be alive. 2007?
Halo 3, I mean, I could Google it, but what, something that kids won't know nowadays is waiting in line for the games. It's like over. Yeah, it was 2007. Good call. Unless you already Googled that.
No, I didn't. I'm just a beast at
Wow.
Halo. I don't know. I'm excited for Halo Infinite. Are you? I'm going to go all in on that with the Series X. I think it'll be fun to do co-op on it.
Oh, yeah, me too, man. I mean, I love Halo. I just, not to be negative, Nancy, I just wish it almost, like, wasn't just Xbox anymore, man. I wish it was, like, everybody could... Xbox? Yeah, I mean, I wish, like, I think Halo could be, like, the biggest game again,
Oh, yeah, if they did cross-platform.
Yeah, I think it would just be nice to, like, if everyone played it, but I'm definitely going to play a lot of it, and Halo story is still, like, so much fun.
Yeah, so. They never, even when 343 took over it, I think that they, like, lost some aspects of the multiplayer, but I think the story has always been great.
Yeah, story's great, Halo so much fun to play, sure. Co-op, incredible.
Yeah, it's just a majestic game. It's just like, yeah.
So yeah, it's very majestic. Totally. So when Red Bull tweeted out, if you could make one video game a movie, what would it be? And I was like, Halo. But there's a lot you could say. But
there's a lot of shitty Halo movies though too.
Yeah, it's like Starship Troopers. That's like kind of like a Halo theme.
Wasn't there like Fall of Reach or something like that? There's a Halo theme thing.
Well, they did. Is that an actual? They made like an actual Halo.
Like really crappy thing. I don't remember
movie,
what it was called.
But I mean, like a real movie, high budget. I think, were they talking about that? I guess it probably would never get done. But
there'd be like a series, maybe. I don't know. Maybe Netflix will do it now. Maybe it was Netflix that was talking about it.
Yeah, but what video game would you pick though? I mean, there's a lot of good video games out there.
I don't know.
A lot of them are like a lot of military stuff. I guess has already been done.
Yeah, I mean.
Video games kind of are similar to
honestly,
movies.
I don't know about you. I really like The Witcher on Netflix. I thought that show is dope.
Oh, I haven't finished it yet, but that was good. Yeah.
You didn't watch it? I think.
No, I haven't finished it yet. I watched like 6 episodes and I stopped.
I watched
it
2 times through, dude. I loved it. I mean, I think like you had mentioned, like you're like, some of the secondary actors aren't great. I agree, but I think like the storyline and I think the main actors are really good, and I think it's like a very like. I just think they did a really good job, and I think next season they'll have a bigger budget, kind of like Game of Thrones season 1 had a small budget.
Yes,
Game of Thrones. Things look fake as shit.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
the sword fighting in The Witcher is really good too.
Oh, the sword fighting and the
stuff
magic
is really
stuff,
good.
Yeah,
really well done in The Witcher.
But there's
some of the acting and some of the scenes, I'm like, I don't know what's happening here. But the reason why I stopped watching is because I was like, I got distracted during one of the episodes, and I realized I was like, shit, dude, I got to rewatch this episode because I just like was like distracted with something going on.
It is confusing.
And I just was like, don't feel like rewatching it, and so I'd like stopped. I just got to rewatch that episode, and then I can continue on my journey of watching it.
I think it's hard because it's like there's a lot of character development, and I mean we don't have to go into
there's a lot going on. You can't just like not really watch, because if you like space out for like 10 minutes, you're like, dude, like now there's like some weird shit happening.
You're watching two people's stories and they're on 2 different timelines trying to converge. You know what I mean? So it's like,
yes, that kind of confused me too, man.
When it happens, you're like, oh,
yeah, man. Yeah, that definitely confused me.
Which was cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I picked up on it though, but at first I didn't understand that was happening. I was like getting confused.
It's definitely, when that happened to me, I was like, wait, no one got older. But like I was like reading online, they're like, Witcher's age really slow, and I was like, oh, duh.
Yeah.
Which they explain in the show too.
They do explain that.
Never played the game.
But I'm definitely gonna finish it though. Definitely gonna
Yeah,
finish the show.
it's a fun show. If you're looking for a show to watch and you didn't see it, go watch it. And then there's some other shows coming out, I think, probably soon too, that look pretty good. The new Altered Carbon season 2 is coming out this Friday, I think.
I never watched that.
That's a good show.
Carbon.
Yeah, we won't go into it.
It's anyway. All good. But what would pick a game? Pick a game that you turn into a movie other than Halo. Someone said Need for Speed. I mean, there's like that's like street racing, but that's kind of cool.
I mean, didn't they make a Need for Speed?
Did they? I don't know.
They did, I think. What was a game?
I mean, PUBG, but it's like
I would be interested to see how Cyberpunk comes out. Like how Cyberpunk 2077 comes out, and then if that's a good game, I think that would be a pretty cool movie, like a sci-fi movie.
Yeah, that would be pretty dope.
What was that one game that the guy was like a shapeshifter or something like that? It was on PlayStation. Oh God, we used to play it at John's house in his basement all the time.
A shapeshifter.
I can't remember what it's called.
I was just thinking that BioShock would probably be a pretty good movie too.
BioShock would be a good movie, actually. Yeah, there's a good. I think most video games with like the story where the storyline is really good. If it's not like half-assed, you know what I mean? Could make good
BioShock is awesome
series.
It's a great.
I think they're better
game.
as series.
Yeah. But I enjoyed that. Did you play all those games? I've read in college we were playing those, like the BioShock. I don't know if you ever played those. I
never really played BioShock.
It's good. It's got a really good story and like crazy like universe. I mean, world that they're in.
Yeah, I just never. I don't know. I think like I have it. I know like Craig played those a lot. Like
or maybe like Borderlands would be a good movie too because that's like crazy.
Borderlands
kind of Mad Max though. Mad Max style.
Yeah, like that'd be a cool series. Or movie.
Yeah, like a series. Yeah.
I think the problem is that now there are like when they were making these video game movies, they're movies, and now it's like they're 2 hours to get the like video games that are like, there's like 3 of them. There's a whole storyline.
And like hours and hours and hours and hours of gameplay.
Yeah, there's hours of stuff in there, and now they couldn't really fit it in there properly, and now they have a series, and they can actually like make it pretty legit.
Yeah, that's a really good point. That's a great point. It fits more of kind of like the video game like story too. You know what I mean? Like video game stories are usually kind of like in chunks anyway, so it could be like broken down into like episodes of like the story. It's kind of like acts and stuff like that.
Yeah, it makes it more interesting. I mean,
for sure.
Like you could just get more character development, which I feel like movies everyone complains about that now because it's like, oh, we're used to watching 8 hours of a series, You could dedicate 2 hours to character development,
Yeah, totally. I was watching Ford versus Ferrari, and it's it's a kind of long movie. Yeah, you liked it? I liked it.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Yeah, great.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. And I was just saying like it's kind of long, but in a good way. But I'm like, you can't really like these movies now to compete with a show like almost need to be a little bit longer because they're competing with like. Netflix could have done Ford versus Ferrari 10 episodes or 6 episodes and like really flushed every little point out, like crazy character development. But I think they did a good job in the time. And like, I like that movie.
Yeah, I thought it was a great movie. Nothing like a good old American car beating a
yeah,
Italians.
Frustrating though. No spoilers, but like very frustrating.
Oh
movie.
my God.
Like those movies where you're like, whoa,
yeah, it's very frustrating.
You get,
but it's great.
You're like emotionally involved in the movie at the end.
Yeah, very emotionally involving. It's a good movie. Check it out.
It's good. I did a lot of Googling after that too. No, I was just saying I was like researching the real story and stuff. It's pretty good. They did a good job.
Yeah, they definitely got a lot in. I did the same thing after I saw it. Like I saw it in theater, and I was like, "Whoa, is this like really how it went down?" And I was like, "Wow."
Yeah.
Wow,
that was pretty cool.
But,
what were you saying? You wanted to move something before we?
Do you want to get into this Warzone?
Yeah, dude. It's funny. I thought you were gonna go somewhere else because I don't know like anything about it, man. I've been way bad. Yeah,
what were you gonna say? What was something else?
Well, I was gonna just talk about Call of Duty. PUBG TDM, but it's not that much to talk about. But because I don't know anything about Warzone, but I'm googling it right now. Like I know it's coming out in March.
I mean, March 3rd. I mean, I think there's not. I don't think anyone really knows a lot of stuff.
Oh, is it coming out on March 3rd? Oh no. Interesting.
It's funny. Yeah, Activision actually like is suing some Redditor for like leaking information. But it's supposed to be 200 people in the game.
Oh, dude, I don't know if I saw that. So this article is from a couple days ago, so maybe it's been updated, but they said that it's either coming out on March 3rd or March 10th. This is from February 19th.
Yeah.
So maybe it's been confirmed that it's March 3rd now. I don't know. Like you said, 200 players broken into squads like Apex. Yep. It will.
200 players, dude. What is going on?
Wow. That's interesting. I wonder why they went
like
more.
The Gulag, which is like a prison or something like that, and like if you die, you can be sent to the prison. It looks pretty cool. I mean, I'm glad they're trying something new. You know,
smart.
I think it's supposed to be free stand. It's supposed to be battle royale mode, but it's independent.
People are like have so many questions. Like, are you going to be able to download if you don't own Call of Duty?
I think so. Let me Google it again. Do you?
I guess we should have known this. I honestly just forgot about it. Like,
I know. I thought it was supposed to come out in November, but I don't know. They never really actually gave a hard date.
I've just been so like deep. March 3rd is when the new update for PUBG got delayed till on console.
That's interesting. I wonder if they did that on purpose.
So I feel like
so look, it says according to VGC, I don't know what that actually means. The Warzone mode will also be free to play title and will not require people to own Modern Warfare. Instead, it appears Activision will be going down the Call of Duty mobile route with Warzone to get people involved in the series, even if they don't own the the latest Call of Duty title. So no, it seems like you'll be able to get the game without having Modern Warfare and play. Wow. That's big. That's a big. It's
huge because a lot of people skip this Call of Duty, so they're
like hurting. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't hurting, but it's going to bring a lot of people. Like anytime you can download it for free, everyone downloads it. Like Apex, hurting,
but I mean, they definitely saw a big decrease in probably the number of purchases they got on that Call of Duty. So they're like, we need to get people just to like be on our platform right now.
Yeah,
and hopefully that means that this is going to be something that stays. It's not going to be like, unfortunately, Blackout, which was good. I think if they kind of had more time to tune Blackout and do some other things and balancing, Blackout would have been great, but they didn't. You know what I mean? They only had the year that they limit themselves.
It was good, but definitely was like a little rushed. And
they definitely rushed Blackout. I think this seems like they actually spent some time developing and thinking.
Yeah, people still play Blackout though. It's kind of like I
had fun playing Blackout. I'm not gonna lie. I wish we played more, but not everyone got into it, which is fine. But
yeah, you're right. Not like our friend group was super into it.
Yeah, but I mean, I think this could be a nice change of pace. We'll see what it's like, and hopefully it's not too arcadey. But I think they're kind of going to get people on the platform. It's free, so it'll be good.
Yeah, I'm trying to look. We do a thing where we usually, when we're checking the podcast, we check what's being watched right now on Twitch, and kind of interesting right now. Escape from Tarkov, number one out of nowhere. Not out of nowhere. It's been around for a while, but normally when you check, number one is
Fortnite or something.
League of Legends, Fortnite, one of those games. So Tarkov is first, followed by Just Chatting. League of Legends in third, Fortnite in fourth. It's just amazing that League of Legends has been like top 5 for like effing 10 years, dude. It's just incredible.
I cannot believe Escape from Tarkov has 182,000 viewers.
Yeah, it's probably whoever's. I don't want to click on it because I don't want to get like noise on my thing, but it's probably whoever's
some guy boom
playing
TV.
It. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Grand Theft Auto is 5th. Overwatch is 6th. Apex Legends is 7th. Counter-Strike, CSGO, that is 8. World of Warcraft is 9. Rocket League is 10. Dead by Daylight is 11. And PUBG is not even on the effing charts, dude. Call of Duty's all the way down there, too. Season 2. Oh, that's Modern Warfare. But what about Blackout? Because I've been seeing people play Blackout, but I don't even see Blackout like...
I don't think it's the same. I think it's under the same umbrella. I don't even see PUBG on here, dude.
Black Ops. So Black Ops 4 has 5,000 viewers and it's way down. And PUBG, why is PUBG like nowhere to be found right now?
I see PUBG Mobile.
Huh, dude, is PUBG literally got like no watchers now? People have abandoned because all the big streamers are off. Or yeah, I see PUBG Mobile. Where is PUBG? PUBG. Dude, it has 1.6 thousand viewers right now. That's really, really low. Wow.
Wait, no
yeah, that's pretty crazy. Check this out. The person with the most viewers is 135, and then it quickly drops off to like 60, 50, which is very, very low.
Where is it?
I tried to search it. I couldn't even find it.
Oh, I see it. PUBG. Yeah, they do. It only has 2,000 viewers. I found it. It's next to Sims 4 and 2 Point Hospital. What the fuck is
What does that mean?
What the fuck is that?
What they think?
Well.
Huh. Okay. Well, if you want to be found on PUBG, now's a good time because
yeah, you should start streaming. Get on there.
If you scroll down one centimeter, you're down to people who have 5 viewers. So now's the time.
Yeah, I mean that's unfortunately there's like
Dude, I think there's more people streaming than there are watching. I'm kidding, but
I mean it's probably possible. I think there's unfortunately there's a fine balance of needing people to stream it and the game, you know what I mean, and the streamers needing the game. You know, they both need each other.
Yes. Wow.
There must be balance, you know.
Yes, sir.
Scary.
Very scary. So basically, so let's just a little bit more about Call of Duty, and then I just want to wrap up on PUBG TDM if you played it. So are you going to download this game? We'll try it when it comes out, that week, I guess. Maybe I'll stream it March 3rd or something.
Off from work to play it.
Yeah. Well, I definitely wouldn't do the first day because you know how that goes. It could be it could be crashed or the server's dead. You know, who knows?
I think they'll be prepared. Who knows?
Oh, dude, really? Because you know that stuff happens. There's the first day. I got
faith in my boys getting the server ready for this.
Okay.
It's really usually
first day is risky.
To be honest, I'm gonna throw that out there. Demonware. It's what actually moves you from your Xbox to the server. Is usually what's broken on those days. I still stand up for that. From that. Okay. But yeah. I mean, maybe I don't know.
But if you're taking a day off, I'd maybe see the next day or something, right? Risk not.
What is it? March 3rd is what day of the week?
Tuesday. That's when the PUBG update's coming.
March 3rd is a Tuesday.
Yeah, or that Friday.
That's when it's supposed to come out too.
Yeah. So the PUBG update's coming out then. Yeah, man. I got a tough decision. Am I going to play the new update? It's really not that. What's in the new update for PUBG? It's just fixes and something that crazy. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. They're putting the Vikendi guns on Karkin. What else? Why am I blanking? There's so many things, but I don't even remember.
When is Vikendi coming back?
Oh, it's right. TDM and full crossplay. So TDM is going to go live, but all that stuff's on the PTS
crossplay?
right now.
What's full crossplay? That's PC?
So no. Full crossplay meaning on the PTS right now, which I've been playing, you can get PS4 players in your party.
Yeah. I forgot. I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's cool. So we could wrap it up here. I was playing, TDM launched. Sounds like you haven't played it on the PTS. I know you said you haven't been playing that much PUBG recently. So it's pretty cool. TDM launched. A lot of people in the stream that play on PS4 were like, dude, hit me up. They're like, this is awesome. You can play now. So shout out to one of the guys in the stream. His name is Lewis. He is a member now, and he was like, dude, this is exciting. You can play. So when it came out, we were playing TDM. We got him in the party, and everything worked fine. There's an internal friends list now, sort of like old school games like Halo and other games used to have, where it's in the menu system or in the lobby. Oh. So you can pull up, search people. It says they're on PlayStation or Xbox. You can add them right there. So he's on my PUBG friends list. I invited him in just a normal game. He was in, and it worked out pretty well. And TDM is so much fun, dude. I think you would really dig it. I mean, maybe not worth downloading the PTS for just one more week, but it is a crazy amount of fun. And despite the only issue I ran into is occasionally there was a little bit of frame droppage. If you were running around with a DBS and there was a lot of people near you and you were shooting off a lot of rounds and stuff, but really it runs pretty well. And I think it has already made me better at the game with certain guns because you get to practice, and fight so much with certain guns that are in there. It's actually pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with what they launched.
Well, that's there. What we discussed. When we were playing on PC, we were playing Warzone and stuff. This is probably a good way for us to figure this out.
Yeah, it's an improved version of Warzone because you don't have to fly back into the map. You just spawn immediately. It has the classes you can pick from. And they're all pretty balanced. The AR classes, you spawn with level 1 gear. If you pick a sniper rifle, you get better gear because obviously you have an advantage if you have an AK versus a K9 in PUBG. So it's pretty cool. They did a good job balancing it out. And for example, one of the guns you can pick is an SLR. and I like rarely use that gun in the game, but I've been playing with it like crazy in TDM, and now I've gotten so good with the gun because you can get like 30 kills in a TDM match and use it 30 times, when to use the SLR 30 times to get a kill in Battle Royale would take me forever. Like sometimes you don't even find the SLR. So you can get so much practice in 10 minutes shooting your gun, and it's such a good way to like play a game of TDM first to get warmed up and then go into Battle Royale. I feel like it's like a genius idea. It's pretty dope.
Oh yeah,
I'm excited for it to go live, and then me and you could play and we can mess around and you'll check it out for yourself.
I think, I mean, I have it. I have the PTS is like probably up to date, which is kind of sad. Like my PTS automatically updates, but the actual game won't. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's cool. But other than that, there's no point on being on that PTS. And most people are just playing TDM on there anyway. So, you know. But yeah, man, I dig it. I 2 thumbs up from me over here on the TDM. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Good.
I like
it. I liked it. And, you know, hopefully it'll bring some people back. But everyone's on this Escape from Tarkov train. And
yeah, no, literally. It's like there's a fucking like mutiny. Like Halifax is playing Escape from Tarkov. It's like everybody's playing Escape from Tarkov right now.
Yeah. I see a lot of people on my Twitch list.
Boycotting maybe a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think people are digging it though. People are enjoying it.
I just don't know if I want to try it. I want to try it, but I don't want to.
Yeah, I'm not interested, man. People said it's like slower version of PUBG. I don't want to go. I don't want to go any slower than PUBG.
I think people are playing. Right, I know. I think literally people are playing just because it's popular. Like this, some of these streamers. Like,
yeah, I'm sure people. Some people. I'm sure some people really enjoy it, and I'm sure some people are playing just because it's popular, like you said.
Oh, 110%. Yeah, I would say more so the latter. I don't know. Whichever one was the thing that you said.
Yeah, the latter.
It's just because it's popular. Apex Season 4 is doing well though, huh? Wow.
Yeah. You know, our buddies Steve and Thomas and Viggy have been trying to get me to play Apex for a long time. He actually just messaged me while we were on Xbox when we were podcasting. But yeah, I mean, again, it's hard to get back into those games, but I would definitely play Apex again. I like that game.
No, I didn't mind it either. I played it a couple times with some guys at work. Play it a lot, and they like it. And you know, like it was fun. They changed the map. It's not bad. It's not bad. I feel like if I played it consistently, I would like it more. You know what I mean? If I got better at it.
Yeah.
So.
You have to play. I mean, like any game, you'd have to play a lot more to.
You gotta get better at it to have more fun. Like you're not just getting shit on.
Yeah. No doubt, man. All right, dude. Well, I think we covered pretty much like everything under the sun here.
Yeah, we covered a lot.
Yeah, hopefully no major audio issues. Just send me your audio after this, and if you have it, if not, I'll just do with what I got here.
I did. I started late,
so. Oh, it's all good. So, yeah, man, I think we covered all that stuff. You know, Escape from Tarkov, from what I've heard, reminds me kind of of Vigor, and I do like playing that game. That's kind of relaxing, but I think as like a permanent game, I'm just not super intrigued by that. I'd rather go back to like Call of Duty or Apex or something like that.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna last forever, but we'll see.
Yeah, but people like hardcore survival. PUBG is kind of in Battle Royale. It's split. You know, it's either you like the shooting part, so you're like a ex Call of Duty fan, or some people are really craving like survival stuff. So if you're really into that. I guess going Escape from Tarkov route or like Vigor, where it's really more about surviving, is where it's at. And to end on that, one day recently, PUBG, there was like nothing going on with PUBG. So like a couple weeks ago, I streamed like Cuisine Royale. Do you know about that? And some other game, and it was like hilarious. We were streaming all these like silly Battle Royale games, and there's some fun stuff out there, man. I mean, they're silly games, but there's a lot of interesting other games out there to play.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, funny stuff.
Yeah, man. But all right, dude, thanks, man. I'm glad we got this done. And shout out, thank you guys for listening. Incoming. Our 40th episode is incoming. And yes, Queen. Right. Let's continue it on, man.
Yes.
All right.
Thanks.
Later, everybody. Peace.
Later.